Good afternoon, students. Today's topic is already we have discussed about Ibn Battuta's Rela yesterday. Some part of it already we have discussed, as we are knowing that he was very expert in Islamic religious laws and he traveled place to place and different countries of the world. So he traveled so long distances that he was called globetrotter. So when we were talking about him, we have discussed that he also visited India, and in India mein southern part also he covered, and after that he traveled extensively in China, going as far as Beijing, but he did not stay there also for long, and deciding to now return home in 1347. His accounts, whatever he has written, it was often compared with that of Marco Polo, who visited China. Whatever he has written about Beijing, whatever, how many days he stayed there, and whatever he observed and he has written, that was always compared with Marco Polo, who visited China and also India from his home base in Venice in the late 13th century. Ibn Battuta meticulously means a person who is going and paying more attention to the details of any topic. So he meticulously recorded his all observations about the new culture, people, their beliefs, their values. Wherever he visited, he recorded each and everything of that particular place. And he need to bear in mind that this globetrotter was traveling in the 14th century when it was much more difficult. Arduous means difficult and dangerous. Hazardous means dangerous to travel than it is today, because that time it was very dangerous to travel from one place to another, and it was all on the back of horses. They were traveling by horses through, or by maybe walking. So according to Ibn Battuta, it took 40 days to travel him from Multan to Delhi, and even about 50 days into Delhi, and then it took the distance from Daulatabad, which is in Maharashtra, to Delhi was covered in 40 days, while that from Gwalior to Delhi it took 10 days. So this was a long distance which he was covering uh, through his horses, through the horses, and by walking. So he has also written about that when these travelers were traveling from one country to another country, they were also feeling very lonely, and they also feel they were also missing their family members. So one incident is written here that robbers were not only the only danger on a long journeys of these travelers, but there was also homesick means when you are missing your family members, and if you fell sick, and you know that when we fell sick, always we first remember our family members, our mother, father, brother, sister, or all blood relations. So here one incident is given about him I was attacked by the fever, means he was attacked by fever, and actually tied myself. And what, how they were traveling on the horseback. So when he was when he got fever, so he thought he will may fell down from the horse, so that is why he tied himself to the saddle with the turban cloth, in case that if he will be fall down, because he got very weak. So at last when they reached the town of Tunisia, and townsfolk came out to welcome. आपको भी पता है कि the people were coming out to welcome them, along with the sheikh and the son of the qazi also. They all came, and on the all sides they came forward, and they were greeting and questioning to one another, but not a soul even, means they all were talking to only the other members of his group, like Qazi ke bete ke sath and Sheikh, all they were talking with them, but no one talked to him, not even anyone greeted him also, not wished him also. And he felt so sad at that time, at you know that when you are also not well, and if anyone is not talking to you also, then how you feel lonely. So he was so hurt at that time, so lonely he felt that he could not restrict his tears, that started wiping, he started crying, which started coming out of his eyes, those all tears, and he cried bitterly at that time. But then one of the pilgrim, who realized the cause of his distress, he realized that this person is crying because no one is talking to him. So then he came to him, and then he greeted him. इस तरह के काफ़ी सारे ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स होते हैं which they came across while traveling from one place to another place. Don't think that these travelers were just adventurous. Their travelings were adventurous, and they were feeling very excitement at that time when they were traveling these places. So here is the map given, in which it has been shown also that at which places, which countries he Ibn Battuta has visited. So these all maps I will this map we will discuss later on, and I will give you the practice of this map later on. So when traveling was also more insecure also. It was difficult that they were feeling homesick and they were falling sick also, but Ibn Battuta was attacked by a number of times by the robbers, and in fact he preferred traveling in a caravan. And when he was attacked number of times by the bands, means groups of robbers, then he preferred that it's secure to travel in a caravans along with the companions. Companion means his all friends, all the group members. But this did not deter highways robbers, but इससे भी वो highway robbers को आते थे. While traveling from Multan to Delhi, once it happened that his caravan was attacked by caravans. होते हैं जब a long rows of the people were moving together to save themselves from these all robbers. And the ठग वगैरह उस समय होते थे, those who were killing them also for taking their belongings, expensive belongings. So when he was traveling with his companions, so his caravan was attacked and many of his fellow travelers lost their lives also. Sometimes they were killing also them, and those travelers who survived also, among whom he was also one of them, were severely injured. Wounded means they were very severely injured by the robbers. So the next topic is the enjoyment of curiosities, कि how they were enjoying their curiosities also. So Ibn Battuta was an inveterate traveler who spent several years, मतलब एक बिल्कुल different traveler है, who spent his number of years, or we can say that a large part of his life, large years of his life in traveling through North Africa, West Asia, parts of Central Asia, and may have visited Russia also, the Indian subcontinent and China. And before returning to his native land, what was his native land? Morocco. So when he returned, the local ruler who issued instructions that his stories to be recorded, and when he reached his homeland, then the instructions were given by the local ruler of his homeland that whatever he has seen in while traveling, whatever he observed, that has to be dictated by him so that it can be recorded also. And here one source 3 mein it's written also, education and entertainment. This is what Ibn Zuzi, who was deputed to write. Ibn Zuzazi was deputed, duty was given to him to write down whatever Ibn Battuta is going to dictate. So he said कि a gracious direction was transmitted, given by the ruler, that कि Ibn Battuta should dictate account of his cities which he had seen in his travel and of the interesting events which had been clung to his memories. मतलब जिन्होंने उसकी memory को touch किया, ऐसी incidents सारे he has to be dictated to that person so that he could record it. And he should speak of those whom he had met, even if he met any ruler of the country or maybe any distinguished man of learning, any scholar, any pious saint, means any priest. And accordingly he dictated upon these subjects a narrative, and it should be narrated in such a way that like how you are listening story and how your grandmother or whichever person is just telling that story, that person is making it more interesting and entertaining for you by their expression. So same way only it was told to them that the incidents and this has to be narrated in such a way that it should give entertainment to the mind and even delight to the ears and eyes also, कि जिसको सुनकर कानों और आँखों में भी खुशी दिखाई दे, and with a variety of curious particulars by the exposition of which he gave edification. Editing करके मतलब different ways से they said that कि you have to speak in such a way that it give entertainment to the persons, those who are going to read it or those who are going to listen to it. So now the next source may it's given in the footsteps of Ibn Battuta. So in the centuries between 1400 and 1800, visited to India, wrote a number of travelogues. In those people who visited to India, they have written a number of travelogues. Travelogues means they are traveling के accounts, जो traveling की उन्होंने की उसके बारे में जो भी उन्होंने लिखा, that has been written in Persian also. At the same time, Indian visitors also they visited to Central Asia, Iran, Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire बेटे एक empire था, इस we can say that Islamic Empire, which is having multiple, जिसमें कि बहुत सारी कंट्रीज़, बहुत सारे मल्टीनेशनल, वी कैन से दैट कि लार्ज पार्ट ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट यूरोप, सम पार्ट्स ऑफ सेंट्रल यूरोप, सम पार्ट्स ऑफ वेस्टर्न एशिया, ईस्टर्न यूरोप, इट्स ऑल वर इन कैप्चर्ड बाय दिस एम्परर एंड दे हैव क्रिएटेड अ ऑटोमन एम्पायर. इसको हम मल्टी नेशनल एम्पायर कह सकते हैं कि जिसमें काफ़ी सारे नेशंस के पार्ट्स वर कैप्चर्ड बाय दिस ऑटोमन एम्पायर. That is why it was called Ottoman Empire. So among the best known of these writers were Abdur Razak Samarkandi, who visited South India in 1440, Mahmud Wali Balkh, who travelled very widely in 1620, and Sheikh Ali Hazin, who came to North India to 1740s. These are some of the Indian people, those who visited the different parts of the country, who came to North India to the 1740s. And some of these authors were also fascinated by India. One of them was Mahmud Balkhi, even became a sort of sannyasi also. He stayed here becoming a sannyasi for some time, and others such as Hazin were disappointed and even disguised with India, because every person who visited India, they came to India with some different expectations. So some were thinking that when they will visit India, they would be getting a red carpet treatment. Red carpet means they would be appreciated, they would be awarded, rewarded, and very good treatment will be given. But sometimes these treatments were not given by some of the rulers, those who were ruling at that time in India. So this is something about, and some of the visitors, they found that it's a land of wonders. They describe India as the land of. So every travelers different views were there on the travelings of wherever they traveled in India. So everyone has written those traveling accounts in a different way. So now let's see the third traveler, that is Francis Bernier. He was by profession doctor, but he was a doctor with a very different, we can say that, different qualities. Once the Portuguese arrived in India, Portuguese also, that Portugal is also in Europe, and when they arrived in India in 1500, this you already read in grade 8 in the chapter of this that revolt of 1857 mein, ki there were different traders were there in India before Britishers. Among them, Portuguese was the first those who arrived in India in 1500. So when they have written detailed accounts regarding the Indian social customs, and when these traders were there in India, so they have also written the different types of Indian social customs, religious practices, whatever they have seen that. Among them was also the best known of the pilgrim writer was Dorrit Barbosa, who wrote a detailed accounts of the trade and society in South India. And later, after 1600, we find growing number of English, French, काफ़ी सारे visitors, travelers, they came to India, and one of the most famous was French jeweler Jean Baptiste Tavernier, who traveled to India at least 6 times. 6 times he traveled to India. He was particularly fascinated with the trading conditions in India. As you know that India was very rich in resources, so this is only the reason why the European countries attracted to India. So he particularly fascinated with the trading conditions in India, because in trading it was a lots of profit. So that is why, as compared to India, Iran and the Ottoman Empire, some of these travelers like Italian Dr. Maniot never returned to Europe. He settled down in India only just because they like India, and they took interest in Indian architecture, Indian heritage, Indian culture. So Francis Bernier, he was Frenchman. He was by profession doctor also, political philosopher also, and historian also. And like many others, he came to the Mughal Empire in search of opportunities. He was in India for 12 years, and from 1656 to 1668, and he was very closely associated with Mughal court. मतलब सबसे ज़्यादा उनका connection किससे था? Mughal court से. Because he was the physician. Physician means doctor to Prince Dara Shikoh. Dara Shikoh was the eldest son of Emperor Shah Jahan. और उनके सबसे बड़े बेटे के ये डॉक्टर थे. एंड लेटर ही वॉज ऑल्सो एन इंटेलेक्चुअल एंड साइंटिस्ट ऑल्सो विद दानिशमंद खान, जो कि एक अर्मेनियन नोबल थे मुगल कोर्ट में. उनके साथ इन्होंने एक इंटेलेक्चुअल एंड साइंटिस्ट के साथ भी इन्होंने यहाँ पे काम किया है, अर्मेनियन नोबल के साथ. So he was having one of the quality that he was always, whatever accounts he was writing about India, he was comparing it with the Western countries. That means he was comparing it with the European countries. So Bernier traveled to several parts of the country, and he wrote accounts of what he saw. Frequently he was comparing whatever he is seeing in India, he was comparing it with the situation in Europe. He dedicated his major writings to Louis XIV. You read Louis XIV and 16 in French Revolution in grade 9? Yes, you already read. So whatever he has written and observed in India, all those writings he dedicated to his to the king of that country, France, that is Louis XIV. एंड मेनी ऑफ हिज अदर वर्क्स वर आल्सो रिटन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लेटर्स, एंड काफ़ी सारे इसने अपने अकाउंट्स लेटर के फॉर्म में अपने इन्फ्लुएंशियल ऑफिसर्स और मिनिस्टर्स के थ्रू इन्होंने किंग तक पहुंचाए. मतलब ही हैज़ आल्सो रिटन इट डाउन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लेटर्स आल्सो व्हेन ही वाज स्टेइंग इन इंडिया टू, एंड ही सेंट दोज लेटर्स टू यूरोप, एंड इन विच व्हाट ही हैज़ डिस्क्राइब अबाउट इंडिया कि ही सॉ इंडिया एज अ ब्लीक सिचुएशन. यहाँ पे ब्लीक का मतलब है वेरी बैड कंडीशन विच कुड नॉट बी इम्प्रूव्ड, विच कैन नॉट बी इम्प्रूव. ब्लीक का मतलब होता है डार्कनेस, मीन्स विच इज़ वेरी बैड कंडीशन विच कैन नॉट बी इम्प्रूव ऑल्सो. सो वट ही हैज़ डिस्क्राइब कि इंडिया इज़ अ इंडिया हैड अ ब्लीक सिचुएशन इन कंपेरिजन टू डेवलपमेंट इन यूरोप, की जितनी डेवलपमेंट्स आर देयर इन यूरोप, सो इंडिया की जो डेवलपमेंट्स हैं दैट इज़ नॉट ऑफ दैट क्वालिटी. फाइन. As we see, this assessment was not always accurate. Do you think that India was the country who has given the first mathematical calculation to the world? So how he could say that ki India is in a bleak situation? So we cannot say that ki whatever these travelers have written that is always been correct. Sometimes whatever they were written that is their observation, but not it's so accurate, and his writings became, but still his writings were very popular, very popular. So now let's see the next topic, that is about the traveling with the Mughal army. So Bernier has often traveled with the army also, with the army of Mughals. He traveled from, once he was traveling, his army was traveling to Kashmir. So I'm expected to keep two good Turkoman horses, and when he was moving, he told that कि when the army was moving and when he was also moving along with the army, so whatever belongings they were carrying with them, that everything is written here, that कि he was taking with him powerful Persian camels, driver, groom for his horses, to take care of his horses. One person was there, cook, servant to go before his horses with the flask of water always in his hand. He was moving with him. Then he was also provided with every useful article like tent, then carpet, portable bed made of 4 very strong light cane के pillow, mattress, मतलब whatever things they required on the way, that everything was provided to these travelers when they were moving with the Mughal army. But we cannot say that every ruler have provided to the travelers, those who were along with them, these all facilities, but some only. So Mughals have provided them these all things which were required on the way. So Bernier's works were published in France in 1670-71 and translated also in English, Dutch, German and Italian within the next it is French, and by 1640 it has been also reprinted 3 times. मतलब his works were very popular in France, and whatever he recorded that was published also, but whatever his records were translated into Arabic and Persian, that was circulated only in the form of manuscripts. Manuscripts का मतलब होता है बेटे written with hands. Written with hands means the Arabic or Persian traveler writings के जो थे manuscripts, that were not printed, that was only circulated handwritten only, and were generally not published before 1800. 1800 तक इनको publish नहीं किया गया है. Fine. So next topics we will discuss tomorrow. So if you have any query, so we will have tomorrow again the Zoom class in which we will discuss all those queries.